Hello everybody, may Yahweh Almighty guide and bless each and every one of you. I want to touch on a subject that is happening right now, and I'm not sure if everybody understands what's really going on over there, and it's about Iran. The people are protesting, and they want the government that is controlling them, the regime that is controlling them, they want to take it down. And in response, that government, that regime, whatever you want to call it, it's a totalitarian, and it's evil. They are torturing those people. They're killing those people. Imagine something like that happening here in the United States. If somebody decided to protest, if they just went out there and started killing them or torturing them. But I want everybody to understand how this happened. If you don't, I'm trying to adjust my little camera here so I can get in the right place. Let's see. Oh, okay, to this side. All right. If any of you does not know who Bridget Gabriel is, please look her up and watch her video about Lebanon. Okay, she will give you a detailed description of what happened to those Middle Eastern countries. Lebanon probably was one of the worst ones. I think it happened equally to all those Middle Eastern countries, though. A lot of people do not know that Lebanon, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, pretty much every single one of those countries, back in the 1960s and 1970s, they were westernized. They were free countries. Lebanon was called the Paris of the Middle East because the country was so beautiful and it was so capitalized and westernized. You would think that you were living in the United States almost if you were set down in one of those countries. That's how beautiful those countries are. Now let me explain how it got turned around. The Islamic State, or the Muslim regime, they went into these countries and they treated these people wonderfully. They treated them like they were the greatest thing that ever happened. They went in there, they gave them free food, they gave them water, they helped them build houses. They did everything you could possibly want for somebody to do to help a person. And this is how they gained strength. They went in there as a minority, and by showing these people all these wonderful things, and this was money that they were using from selling oil and that they were getting from the United States and from I don't know how many other countries. They were taking this money and they were using it to gain these people's trust. Now, as soon as they had enough people on their side, that is when they turned it around. Then they started killing. They started murdering. Anybody who did not agree with their way and what they said was immediately murdered. They didn't take them to trial. They didn't have a legal process or anything like they have here. They just took you out there and shot you. That's the way they switched it around. And then they enforced the burqa, the hijab, whatever you want to call that garbage bag that those women wear. Now you look at those countries and every single female walking out in public is wearing one of those garbage bags from head to toe. If they are caught without covering their face, what do? They shoot them on the spot. Okay? This is what the Iranian people are protesting right now. They are protesting this evil Muslim totalitarian regime. Where's the United Nations? the ones that are saying that they want to come over here and take over Detroit or take over Michigan or take over any of our states that are violating human rights. Where is the UN? They're not over there helping these people. These people are getting murdered. They're being tortured. They're being raped. All kinds of horrible things are happening to these people. Where is the United Nations? The one who claims that they're supposed to be doing things for human rights. They're not over there. They're not helping these people. Why not? Where are all these billions of dollars that we have given to the United Nations? Where's that money gone? We know where it's gone. It's gone to these totalitarian regimes. And let me tell you what sparked this off. These people in Iran, while Barack Obama was pumping all this money into Iran, the regime was giving the people the bare minimum that they needed to survive. Okay? They did not know that we were pumping billions of dollars into this regime. So when Donald Trump took over and stopped this flow of billions of dollars, all of a sudden this Islamic State and this totalitarian Muslim regime did not have the money to keep these people fed, making them think that, oh, we're doing everything we can for you, we're trying to take care of you. The reason is because all that money that Barack Obama was pumping into that regime was being used for weapons. It was being used to try to build a regime that mainly they're trying to build a nuclear weapon. They're trying to build a nuclear warhead, because they have declared that the moment they get a nuclear warhead, they are going to ignite it on either Israel and or the United States, whichever one they can deliver it to. And that is why they are adamant about building a nuclear warhead. The moment they get a nuclear warhead, they are going to use it. They have already said it numerous times, and they continue to say it, that the moment they get one, they are gonna ignite, they are gonna blow it up, they are gonna detonate it right in Jerusalem. And that is why we are so hard about keeping them from getting a nuclear warhead. But back to the subject. These people did not know that these billions of dollars were being given to their regime. And as soon as Donald Trump took over and stopped pumping all this money into these Muslim countries, now these people are starving. Now these people don't have any food. They don't have hardly anything to keep themselves alive, because the money is no longer coming. They did not know this. Now they know. They know that billions of dollars were being given to them, and they're wondering, where is all this money? What happened to all this money that the United States was giving them over the past 8 years before Donald Trump took office? It sure wasn't going to them, and it's sure not going to them now. That's because it's all gone. It's all been spent on weapons. It's been spent on rifles, ammunition, attempting to build nuclear warheads. That's where that money has gone, and that's what these people are fighting for. So here's my point about this video. Why is nobody helping these people? The regime that they are going up against is not some nice democratic regime. It's not somebody who's trying to operate a law and order. What they are operating is an evil regime, an evil totalitarian regime. They're the ones who are forcing these people to put their women from head to toe in a garbage bag. They're the ones who took away all of their freedoms. Take a look at some of the videos. They're out there. Get online and look at what these Middle Eastern countries looked like back in the 1960s and the 1970s, before the Islamic State took over these countries. These people lived like we do. And most of the people there now do not know about this because they were born after the Islamic State took over. So this is the way their life is. This is what has been indoctrinated into their mind. They do not know freedom. They've never experienced it because it's been 1960, 1970, it's been 40 years, 40 or 50 years since those countries had freedom. So they're all indoctrinated into believing that they're living the way you're supposed to live and that the rest of the world is wrong. But the Iranian people have figured it out and they're trying to take their regime down. And that is what I'm trying to say now. United Nations, where are you? Why aren't you helping those people? Why are you letting those people be tortured and murdered and not helping them tear down that regime that is treating them like animals? Why? Because it's a Muslim regime and the United Nations is a Muslim-backed agency. And that is why we want it out of the United States, and we want our money to stop going to it. We want out of the United Nations. We want it dissolved, disappeared. And that's what this video is about. People, please do the research. Research what I have just told you and see if I'm telling you the truth. May Yahweh Almighty bless each and every one of you, and may He help those people in Iran to return their country to the freedom that they once had, and all of the Middle Eastern countries, may all of them return to the freedom that they used to have before the Islamic State went in there and connived them and what's the word I'm looking for? They deceived them. They deceived them into something that they were not, and got those people to follow them, and now those people are living under regimes that they have no way of doing anything about. So may Yahweh Almighty step in and help those people. May the countries of the world step in and help those people. And that's all. Goodbye. Everybody have a good day.